In today's video lecture, I will be discussing how to solve 0-1 knapsack problem using branch and bound algorithm. As you know, knapsack problem, we'll try to insert the items to the knapsack bag with the aim of achieving maximum profit. So it's an classic example for a maximization problem. Let's go through the problem statement. So as you can see in the problem statement, we are given 4 items. So the profit of the 4 items are given as follows, and the weight of the 4 items are given as follow. So this profit and weight I have written here. So the maximum capacity of the knapsack bag is 15 and the number of items is 4. So we have to find out the optimal solution using least cost branch and bound algorithm. So since we are using least cost, so we should least cost, if you remember in the previous example, we had used it for least cost branch and bound algorithm. We had used it for solving traveling salesman problem. So that was a minimization problem. So in traveling salesman, we used to find out the path which is having least cost, that a travel salesman can start from a source city and visit remaining cities and visit back to the source city. So whereas this 0-1 knapsack problem, as I told earlier, is a maximization problem. So we have to, in order to use least cost branch and bound algorithm, we have to reduce this maximization problem into minimization problem. So let's see how to solve it. So before proceeding, so as you know, in branch and bound, least cost branch and bound, each node will be associated with the cost that I had explained earlier. So in this 0-1 knapsack problem, we are associated with 2 costs. So one, it is upper bound cost, and next one is cost bound cost, which is C. So the upper bound value is represented by u, variable u, and this variable u is nothing but the profit, is the summation of profit of all the items. So the summation of profit of all the items should be in such a way that is less than the maximum capacity of knapsack bag, and the cost bound value is represented by variable c, and this is the summation of profit of all the items. So here a fraction of item also can be added until the total weight is less than the maximum capacity of knapsack. So in cost bound, we'll be using fractional knapsack. If you remember, in fractional knapsack, even a ratio of the item can be added. So here in cost bound, we'll calculate it, we'll consider partial knapsack, whereas when we are using upper bound value, when you are computing upper bound value, we'll go for 0-1 knapsack. So let's solve this problem, then we will be able to understand. So initially what I have to do is, first I have to find out the cost of node 1. So in order to find out the cost of node 1, so let me take a scenario. So according to the upper bound value, so let me consider a scenario where I will be solving a cost bound value and upper bound value. So in order to find out cost bound value, as I told, partial knapsack is allowed. So I will try to insert the items in sequence. So first I will insert item 1. So its profit is 10 and the weight is 2. So then I will insert item 2 to the knapsack. So its profit is 10 and the item weight is 4. So right now it is 6. So still we can add some more. So if I add item 3, so the weight is 6. So 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. So I can add item 3 to the knapsack bag. But when I have to add item 4, so its associated weight is 9. So if I add 9 to this, so already I am having items with weight of 12. So if I add 9, it will be exceeding the maximum capacity of the knapsack, that is 15. So as I told, you can consider the partial knapsack. So I can add a partial amount of fourth item to the knapsack bag. So let us check what amount of what ratio of the fourth item can be added. So as you can see, I have the maximum capacity is 15, and I have been added from the adding 3 items. So from adding 3 items, so I have got the weight of 12. So I can add, so there is space for adding a weight of 3. So as you can see, I have written the associated profit value of first 3 items. So when I have to write the profit value of the fourth item, so then I will divide the profit with the total weight into this value, the weight 3, the weight amount of 3 that can be added to the knapsack bag. So when you add this, so 9, so when you divide this, so it will be 9 to the 18. So it will be 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 12 plus 10 plus 10. So the total value will be, so the total value will be 20, 32, 32 plus 6, 38. So the total value will be 38. So after this, I have to find out the upper bound value. So in order to find out the upper bound value, I will consider only the fully inserted items. So the fully inserted items are item 1, item 2 and item 3. So here in upper bound, we will consider the 01 knapsack. So here I will consider only the profits of fully inserted item, that is 10 plus 10 plus 12. So it will be 32. So when I am representing the cost and upper bound value, there is a catch. So the cost value will be represented by a negative value. So if I get 38, cost as 38, I will represent it as minus 38, and the upper bound value, if I get it as 32, I will represent it by minus 32. So this I have used it to solve the cost of node 1. So when I am inserting node 1, node 2, node 3, when I am inserting item 1, item 2 and item 3 to the knapsack, the same cost and upper bound value will be used. Okay. So then I have to go for the next level of the branch and bound state space tree. So while going to the next level of branch and bound tree, so here I have to consider a scenario where I am adding the first item. So the first item I will represent it by x1. So when I add first item, as I told, when I am adding first item, second item and third item, that time the cost and the cost value and the upper bound value will be retained as it is. So here also at node 2, the cost value and upper bound value will be retained as it is. So at node 2 also cost value and upper bound value will be retained as it is. Then I have to consider one more scenario. Where the first item is not inserted. So this scenario will be represented by node 3. Now I have to find out the cost of node 3. So in order to find out the cost of node 3, so I will consider a scenario. So in order to find out the cost of node 3, so the thing is, so first I will add 3 items. So I will write its associated weight. So I have to consider a scenario where first item is not inserted. So this I have represented by x1 is equal to 0. So I have to consider a scenario where first item is not inserted, which is represented by x1 is equal to 0. So here, as you can see, the first item has not been considered. So the first item profit as well as the first item's weight, that I will ignore. So the now total weight is 4 plus 6, 10. So the total capacity is 15. So if I subtract the current weight with the maximum capacity, there is space for 5 more weight. So then I will represent the profit for this 5 items. A portion of 5 items that we insert for the fourth item can be represented by 18 by 9 into 5. So the value will be, so as you know, 18 will be reduced to 2. So it will get divided by 9 and it will be reduced to 2. So then the value will be 10 plus 12 plus 10. So again the value will be 32. And the upper bound value. So the upper bound value will be, so the cost value will be 32 and the upper bound value. So the upper bound value will be the ratio. Here we have to consider the 0 knapsack. So I will consider the profit of fully inserted items. So the fully added items are item 2 and item 3. So the cost will be, upper bound value will be 22. So here C value I will represent it for node 3 with minus 32 and U value I will represent with minus 22. So if you observe, I will consider only the cost. So if I consider only the cost, so if when I consider only the cost, so you can see the minus 38 is less than minus 32. So I will ignore this particular node 3 and I will try to continue with node 2. So this scenario, so I will represent another scenario where I added first item. So here I will be adding second item as well. So this I will represent by node 4. So now when I am taking the scenario, first item, when I am adding first item, second item and third item, I told the values will remain same. So the value will be, C value will be minus 38 and U value will be minus 32. So here also we will apply that. So after that I have to consider one more scenario where I won't be adding the second item. So now I have to find out the cost of node 5. So when I have to find out the cost of node 5, so I will write down I will add first 3 items. So I will write down its profit as well as its associated weight. So here I am adding first item. As you can see here I am adding first item, but I am not adding the second item for node 5. So I will ignore the second item profit and weight values. So the total weight is now 8. So when I subtract 15 with the current weight of the knapsack, so I can add 7 more items. So out of the total weight 9 of the fourth item, I can insert a portion of 7 item. So this I will represent by 18 by 9 into 7. So this, as you can see, it will be 14 plus 12 plus 10. So 10 plus 12 is 32, 10 plus 12 is 32, 32 plus 14. So 32 plus 14 will be, so 7 2s are 14, 14 plus 12, 26, 26 plus 10, 36. So the cost here will be 36. Then the upper bound value will be, so I have to consider only the fully profits of fully added items. So the fully added items were item 1 and item 3. So the profit will be 10 plus 12, which is 22. So when I come here, so in note 5, the cost will be minus 36 and upper bound value will be minus 22. So here again, if I consider the cost of node 4 and node 5, so at this particular level, when I consider the cost of node 4 and node 5, node 4 is having the lesser value of minus 38. So I will ignore the node 5 and continue with the node 4. So now I will consider one more scenario where I will be adding third item. So when I add third item, so as I told, when you are adding first item, second item and third item, so in a sequence, so the cost and upper value will be same. So you can see so node 1, node 2, node 4. So the cost and upper bound values are same. Here also the cost and upper bound values will be same. So C value will be minus 38 and U value will be minus 32. So after this, so I have to consider one more scenario where the third item is not added. Suppose what will happen when third item is not added to the knapsack. So that is indicated by node 6. So here I have to find out the cost of node 6. So in order to find out the cost of node 6, so I have to consider a scenario where third item is not added. So I will write down the profit of first 3 items as well as its weight. So I will ignore the profit and weight of third item. So the total number of items currently inserted is of weight 6. So 15 minus 6 will give me 9. So 50 minus 6 will. So here I did a mistake. So since already node 5 I have represented, so as you can see node 5 is already represented. I have to represent this particular node with node 6 and this particular node with node 7. So make correction. So node 6 and node 7. So node 6 as I told, the cost will be same. So cost will be minus 38 and the upper bound value will be minus 32. Whereas for node 7, I have to find out the value. So as I was telling, I have to find out the value for node 7. So here the cost will be, so I will write down the profit of first 3 items and weight of first 3 items. So I will ignore the cost and weight of the third item. So then, so currently inserted weight of the items in the knapsack is 6. So the total capacity is 15. So 15 minus 6 will give me 9. So if you see, the weight of fourth item is also 9. So I can add the fourth item fully. No need of adding fraction. So the associated profit of fourth item is 18 and I can add the weight of 9. So the cost now will be 38, and the upper bound value I have to consider. So the upper bound value is, so I have to consider the profit of fully added items. So the profit will be 10 plus 18, which is 38. So when you come here, the cost will be, cost of 7th node is 38. So also the upper bound value is 38. So if you see, there is a tie between node 6 and node 7. Both are having the cost of minus 38, whereas the upper bound value is changing. So the upper bound value of node 6 is minus 32, whereas the upper bound value of node 7 is minus 38. So this is why we were calculating upper bound value in order to break the tie. So this one is acting as the tiebreaker. So here I will ignore the 6th node and I will continue with the 7th node. So when I am continue with the 7th node, so I have considered the scenario where I have added first item, second item, and I have not added third item. So there will be two scenarios. So the first scenario will be, I will be adding the fourth item. So when I add the fourth item, so this scenario will represent it by 8. Then I have to find out the cost of node 8. So in order to find out the cost of node 8, so first we have to check after whether the first item, second item and fourth item can be added. So if I add first item, second item and fourth item, so what is the total weight? So 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 9 is 15. So yes, it can be added. So I will try to add the fourth item. So the cost of node 8 is, so I have to find out the cost of node 8. So the cost of node 8 is, so first I will add the first three items. So its associated cost are 10 plus 10, 10 and 12, and its weight are 2 plus 4 plus 6. So I am considering a scenario where I am not adding the third item but I am adding fourth item. So I will strike out the associated profit and weight of the third item. Then I will add the fourth item. So fourth item's profit and weight will be calculated here. So if you see, the total capacity is 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 9, 15. So that it is matching with the maximum capacity of knapsack. So the cost will be 10 plus 10, 20, 20 plus 18, 38. So the upper bound value will be 2 plus 4, 10 plus 10 plus 18. So the upper bound value will also be 10 plus 18, which is 38. So here cost will be 38. Cost will be minus 38 and upper bound value will also be minus 38. So then I have to consider a scenario where I will not add the fourth item. So if I don't add the fourth item, so that particular scenario I will represent it with node 9. I have to find out the cost of node 9. So in order to find out the cost of node 9, so I will write down the cost of all the 4 items. So I am also the weight associated with all the 4 items. So I am not adding the third and fourth item. So if you consider the scenario, I have added first item, second item, but I am not adding third and fourth item. So we will strike out the associated profit and weight of third and fourth item. So the cost will be 20 and the upper bound value will be 10 plus 10 plus also will be 20. So the cost here will be 20 and the upper bound value is 20. So as you see, the node 8, so in this level node 8 is having least cost than the node 9. So this node 9 will be ignored, so I will select only the node 8. So with this we have solved the traveling salesman problem. So the items that are needs to be added is item 1, item 2, so the item 3 should not be added and item 4 needs to be added. So this I can represent it by 1 comma, so 1 indicates the item 1 can be added, so second value 1 indicates the item 2 can be added, third value 0 indicates third item cannot be added, and fourth value 1 indicates the fourth item can be added. So the associated profit will be, so we have to add the profit of first, second and fourth item. So if I add the profit of second and fourth item, so it will be 10 plus 10 plus 18. 10 plus 10 plus 18. So the profit will be 38 and the weight is, so if I add the weight, so it will be 2 plus 4 plus 9. So 2 plus 4 plus 9, so it will be 15, which is the matching with maximum capacity of knapsack. So with this we have solved the knapsack problem. So we have found out the sequence in which we will be getting maximum profit. So with this I have completed the module 4. In next video lecture I will be explaining the module 5. So module 5 is most of theory, so in 1 or 2 lectures I will try to wind up the module 5. Thank you.